That's what these growth faults look like. That's the top of the third coarsening upward cycle, and there's beautiful sands in the hanging walls of growth faults. So there's quite a family of them at that level, so I'll pass that around if you want to look at it. That's this level here. And then you come back again to siltstones, and the final coarsening upward trend culminates in the sand packet that's below the lower rock fall. So you see the big rock fall, and then the ledge with the smaller rock fall on it. Well, the sand packet beneath there is this mouth bar. So it has a somewhat gradational but quite rapid transition out of silts into sands. There's no master erosion surface down here, so it's gradational. It's made up, as you can see, of rather tabular sands. Each sand is sharp or erosively based, comprises unidirectional cross stratification with wave ripple tops. There's a modest amount of bioturbation on the wave ripple surfaces. So these sands were emplaced by fluvial currents directed to the east, just south of east, and then between the deposition of the sands there was wave reworking of the mouth bar surface. So wave ripple surfaces on unidirectional cross-stratified sands. And you'll get current ripples, large-scale cross-bedding, and beds of flat planar lamination as well in there. They've all got a good unidirectional trend to them. That sand body is about 20 to 25 meters thick, and other mouth bars in the tulling have a comparable thickness. And in sections like this, you can walk this out. To siltstone across paleocurrent flow. So that's the edge of the mouth bar there, the sandy mouth bar. So these are discrete sand bodies in the top of the delta front. They're not long linear sand bodies that you can see if you go to the Kilkee cliffs. These are discrete, isolated mouth bars. Dimensions of them are about 1.5 kilometres across paleocurrent. So they would have had a channel behind them that's a lot narrower. Channel never got to this location because the mouth bar was abandoned before the distributary channel arrived here. And it's intensely marine bioturbated on its top. There's one final sand bed though that persists all the way out beyond the limits of all the others. It's the last one. It's the top 1.5 meters of the sand body. You can see it's rather more homogeneous looking. You might even be able to pick out that it's got low-angle dipping surfaces in it, heading off to the left. That sand body's made up of wave ripple lamination and planar lamination. It's very clean, it's a little bit cleaner than the rest. That's a wave reworked smear of sands that's been smeared out along the coast. And that's the only record of marine reworking of this abandoned mouth bar is a 1.5 meter big bed on the top. Being reworked by the waves. Above the bioturbated surface, you go back into marine silts and you get a coarsening upwards about 6 meters thick. That has a sand on the top with lamination, some wave action and some current ripples with submarine bioturbation. All sat on the top surface of that unit, and you can see it passes back sharply again into silts right here. So that's that sand there. There's then above it another coarsening upward cycle. You can see it's exposed around to the right. It again is about 6 to 7 meters, and it only has a small amount of sand at the top. The lower one is sand to silt. The upper one's about 20% sand to silt. That again has a sharp surface on the top of it. Internally it comprises wave-produced structures and a small amount of current-produced structures. And then we see that we get into the final coarsening upward unit, which we can't see the top of because there's a big erosion surface that cuts it out. So let's look at that erosion surface. If we track it from right to left,